Title: The Last First Contact. The Zethari did not fear war. They feared humanity. Ambassador Crix Talon stepped into the United Earth Council chamber expecting another round of defiant rhetoric. Instead, he was greeted with quiet stares, 10 humans in crisp uniforms and suits, their eyes fixed on him with the airy calm he had come to dread. "You requested this audience," said Chairwoman Rios, her voice smooth as obsidian. "Speak." Crix bowed slightly, his shimmering robes brushing the polished floor. "On behalf of the Zethari Dominion, we formally request that humanity refrain from entering the Nalari Expanse. It is sacred space." One of the humans, General Sharp, leaned forward, a slight smirk tugging at his lips. "Sacred space, huh? That's funny. You didn't seem concerned about our sacred space when you glassed Outpost Kilo 7 last year." "That was a misunderstanding," Crix lied. Chairwoman Rios laced her fingers. "Ambassador, let me tell you a story." He stiffened. "A story?" Rios nodded. "When humans first walked on their moon, they did it with less processing power than your average coffee dispenser. But they still went. When our oceans choked with plastic, when the air burned, when we split atom after atom until we nearly ended ourselves, do you know what we did?" Crix had no answer. "We survived," she said. "We changed. We colonized worlds too toxic for your kind to breathe. We've made peace with the void. So forgive me if I don't shiver at the word sacred." Crix opened his mouth, but Rios raised a hand. "Now here's what we fear, Ambassador. Not your fleets. Not your claws. But that we'll become you, a civilization so afraid of change it hides behind tradition. We don't respect boundaries born of superstition." "The Nalari Expanse is not superstition," Crix growled, pride flaring. "We sealed it for a reason. No ships return." Rios raised an eyebrow. "We sent a ship yesterday." Crix's jaw hung open. "What?" "A science vessel. Manned by volunteers. Humans. No one comes back." "We know," said Rios quietly. "They left messages every 6 hours until the edge of the expanse. And then—" Silence. Crix whispered, "They vanished." "No," Rios said, eyes dark. "They chose to keep going." The chamber fell into a hush. "We warned them," said General Sharp, offered to turn around. "But they went in anyway," Crix said in disbelief. "Why?" "Because," Rios said, "that's what humans do." 3 months later. Nalari Expanse, unknown coordinates. Lieutenant Arya Noax blinked as her ship's AI flickered back online. "Status," she croaked. "External hull damage, 72%. Life support stable. Coordinates unknown." She rose from her crash couch. The stars outside the viewport were wrong. Vast alien structures floated like frozen cathedrals. A beacon pulsed, not in radio, not in light, but in gravity. An impossible way she could feel. She wasn't alone. A voice echoed in her skull. "You are not afraid." She winced. "I am." "Yet you came." "Yes." "Why?" She smiled through the pain. "Because you were there." United Earth Council Chamber Return Transmission. "This is Lieutenant Noax," the message crackled. "We made contact. It's not what we thought. It's not a weapon. It's not a trap. It's a test. They wanted to see who would cross the line. Who would step into the dark knowing they might not return." The room was silent. They said only one species ever came before. They failed. Tried to conquer. To understand by force. Chairwoman Rios whispered, the Zethari. Noak's voice continued. They've invited us to learn. To evolve. Crix collapsed into his seat. Rios stood slowly. Humanity just became the elder race.